Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about narrative family therapy. So, what is exactly narrative family therapy? At its heart, narrative family therapy is a collaborative and respectful approach to counseling. It is based on the idea that our lives are shaped by the stories we tell and are told about ourselves and our families. Rather than seeing people as the problem, narrative therapy sees the problem as something separate from the person or family. In other words, the problem is the problem, the person is not. This approach helps families to step back, look at their challenges from a new perspective, and discover strengths and solutions that may have been hidden by negative narratives. The ultimate goal, it is to help families reauthor their stories in ways that reflect their values, strengths, and hopes for the future. Now let's break down the core principles of narrative family therapy. The first one is externalization. This is a key technique. Instead of saying, "You are anxious," we might say, "Anxiety is trying to take control of your life." By externalizing the problem, we reduce blame and shame, making it easier to work together against the issue. The second key concept that we are going to discuss is multiple perspectives. Now, narrative therapy values every family member's unique viewpoint. Each person's story matters, and together these stories create a richer, more complete picture. And therefore, the therapist makes it a point to reach out to every single member of the family and listen to their narratives. The third core concept is reauthoring. Here, families are encouraged to create new empowering narratives. This means identifying strengths, successes, and values that may have been overlooked and weaving them into the family story. What we often see is individuals and family members laying more emphasis on the negative aspects and the negative experiences that we have in our day to day lives. But here, the therapist is going to help them to look into all the strengths and successes and the values that they have in their family, the wonderful experiences that they would have had together, and helps them to reauthor and re narrate the experiences and the stories that they tell about their own families. Now, looking into the techniques and tools for narrative family therapy. The first one that we would like to talk about is externalizing conversations. Now, here the therapist asks questions like, when did the problem first appear in your family's life? Or how does it try to influence your relationship? This helps everyone to see the problem as something they can tackle together. Like instead of parents telling, "Our son has been misbehaving and has been throwing temper tantrums all the time." Instead of this statement, the therapist can help them to say, "Temper tantrums have taken a toll on our son. He is affected by it so much that it is leading to a lot of disruption and difficulty in communication in the family. So when we externalize the problem, the child doesn't feel blamed, and at the same time, the individuals who are narrating this get together in working on how to tackle the problem of temper tantrums and not the child and they decide not to see the child as a problem. Mapping the influences. Here we explore how the problem affects different parts of family life, relationship routines, emotions. For example, how does anger show up during family dinners? Or what does anxiety stop you from doing as a family? The moment the narration is changed and individuals are able to see how any of these concerns, like anger or anxiety, is influencing their family, they are able to work and find solutions and are able to deal with these issues and concerns in a better manner. Identifying unique outcomes. Therapists help families find times when they resisted the problem's influence. These moments, no matter how small, are seed for new positive stories. For example, can you remember a time when you worked together to solve a problem, even when things were tough? The fourth way to deal with it would be documentation. Sometimes therapists use letters, certificates, or creative writing to reinforce the new narrative. For instance, a certificate of bravery for a child who faced their fears, or a letter celebrating a family's teamwork. Now, some of the practical examples that you can see are uh, imagine a family struggling with frequent arguments. Instead of labeling someone as the difficult one, the therapist helps the family externalize the conflict, perhaps calling it the argument monster. The therapist might ask, when does the argument monster show up? How does it try to take over your evenings? Then the family is encouraged to recall times when they worked together peacefully, maybe during a holiday or a shared project. By focusing on these positive moments, the family begins to see themselves as capable of harmony and teamwork. They can then build on these strengths to create a new family story, one where they face challenges together rather than against each other. To sum up, narrative family therapy is all about empowering families to separate problems from identities and to rewrite their stories in ways that reflect hope, resilience, and connection. If you'd like to learn more, check out the videos that are there in this channel and learn more about different family therapies. Thank you.